Welcome to my channel. Before we begin, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever understood English perfectly while watching a video, but the moment someone asked you, "Tell me about yourself," your mind suddenly became blank? Have you ever known the words in your head but struggled to say them out loud? Have you ever felt nervous, confused, or afraid of making mistakes when speaking English? If your answer is yes, then this lesson can change the way you think about English forever. Because today, you are going to learn one of the most important speaking skills in the entire language. You are going to learn how to talk about yourself naturally, confidently, and clearly. And here is something many learners do not realize. People do not judge your English by how many difficult words you know. They judge your English by how clearly you can introduce yourself and express simple ideas. In real life, whether you are meeting a new friend, attending an interview, joining a class, talking to a customer, traveling to another country, or speaking online, one question appears again and again. Tell me about yourself. It sounds like a simple question, but for many learners, it feels like the hardest question in the world. The good news is that it does not have to be difficult. You do not need advanced grammar. You do not need a huge vocabulary. You do not need perfect pronunciation. You only need simple sentences, clear thoughts, and regular practice. In this lesson, I will show you exactly how to introduce yourself, explain who you are, talk about your daily life, share your hobbies, discuss your goals, and build confidence step by step. So stay with me until the end because every part of this lesson will help you become a better English speaker. And while listening, remember that you are not only learning English, you are training your mind to speak with confidence. If you enjoy simple and practical English lessons, make sure you subscribe and stay connected because we have many more powerful lessons waiting for you. Now let us begin with the first and most important step. When someone asks you to tell them about yourself, do not panic. Do not overthink. Do not try to tell your entire life story. Most learners become nervous because they think they need to say something impressive. They start worrying about grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation all at the same time. As a result, they become silent. But the secret is very simple. A good introduction only needs 5 basic points: your name, where you are from, what you do, what you enjoy, and what your goal is. That is enough. For example, you can say, "Hello, my name is Emily. I am from New York. I am a student. I like reading books and listening to music. My goal is to improve my English and speak more confidently." Notice how simple that introduction is. There are no difficult words. There is no complicated grammar. Yet it sounds natural, clear, and confident. Let us understand each part slowly. First, say your name. You can say, "My name is Emily," or "I am Emily." Both are correct. If you want to sound more friendly and natural, you can say, "Hi, I am Emily." Second, say where you are from. You can say, "I am from New York," "I am from London," "I am from a small town," or "I am from a beautiful city." This gives people a quick idea about your background. Third, talk about what you do. If you are a student, simply say, "I am a student." If you work, say, "I work in a company." If you own a business, say, "I run a small business." If you are learning English, say, "I am learning English." If you create content online, say, "I create videos." Keep it short and simple. Fourth, mention your hobby or something you enjoy. This makes your introduction more personal and interesting. You can say, "I like reading books. I like watching movies. I like learning new things. I like playing football." Or, "I like listening to music." The pattern is easy. Just say, "I like," followed by an activity. Fifth, share your goal. This is the part that gives meaning to your introduction. A goal shows what you are working toward. You can say, "My goal is to improve my English. My goal is to become more confident. My goal is to get a good job. Or, my goal is to learn something new every day. When you combine these 5 points, you create a strong introduction. For example, hi, my name is Ethan. I am from California. I am a student. I like reading books, watching videos, and learning new skills. My goal is to speak English confidently and improve myself every day. This introduction is not too long and not too short. It gives enough information and sounds natural. Now imagine someone asks you to introduce yourself. Instead of feeling nervous, simply follow the 5-step formula. Say your name. Say where you are from. Say what you do. Say what you like. Say your goal. Practice this structure again and again until it becomes automatic. For example, and my name is David. I am from Texas. I am a student. I like playing football and watching English videos. My goal is to speak English fluently. At first, you may speak slowly, and that is completely fine. Speaking slowly is much better than speaking fast with fear and confusion. Many learners believe that fluency means speaking quickly. That is not true. Real fluency means expressing your thoughts clearly without constantly stopping because of fear. So take your time. Speak calmly. If you forget a word, pause for a moment and continue. You can say, "Let me think," or "One moment, please." These simple expressions help keep the conversation moving. Most importantly, do not let mistakes stop you. Every English speaker makes mistakes. Every confident speaker was once a beginner. If you pronounce a word incorrectly, continue speaking. If your grammar is not perfect, continue speaking. If you feel nervous, continue speaking. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build by taking action. The more you introduce yourself, the easier it becomes. Speak in front of a mirror. Record your voice. Repeat your introduction every day. Change small details and make it personal. With regular practice, you will discover something amazing. The question that once made you nervous will become one of the easiest questions you can answer. And remember this powerful truth. You do not need perfect English to introduce yourself. You only need simple English, clear thoughts, and the courage to speak. The moment you stop chasing perfection and start practicing consistently, your confidence begins to grow. And when your confidence grows, your English grows with it. After learning how to introduce yourself, the next step is learning how to talk about your daily life in English. This is one of the most useful skills because daily life is something you already know. You do not need to invent ideas. You do not need difficult vocabulary. You only need to describe what you do every day. Many English learners think speaking English means discussing complicated topics, but that is not true. Real conversations usually begin with simple things. People ask about your routine, your habits, your work, your studies, your family, and how you spend your day. If you can talk comfortably about these topics, you can handle many everyday conversations with confidence. Think about it for a moment. Every single day you wake up, get ready, eat meals, work, study, spend time with people, and go to sleep. These activities give you hundreds of opportunities to practice English. The problem is not that learners do not know what to say. The problem is that they do not know how to organize their thoughts into simple sentences. Today, you will learn how to do exactly that. When someone asks you, "What do you do every day?" you do not need a complicated answer. You can simply say, "I usually wake up early in the morning. First, I drink water and get ready for the day. After that, I have breakfast. Then I study or work. In the evening, I practice English and spend time with my family. At night, I relax and go to bed." Notice how natural that sounds. These are simple actions, but together they create a complete answer. One of the easiest ways to talk about your daily life is to divide your day into 3 parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. Let us start with the morning. Your morning is often the beginning of your routine, so it is a great place to start. You can say, "I wake up at 6 o'clock. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I have breakfast. I get ready for school. Or you can say, I wake up early and spend some time exercising. After that, I prepare for my day. Even a few simple sentences are enough. For example, my morning starts at 6 o'clock. I wake up, drink water, and brush my teeth. Then I exercise for a few minutes. After that, I take a shower and have breakfast. I like starting my day with a positive attitude. This answer sounds clear and natural because it follows a logical order. Next comes the afternoon. This is usually when people focus on work, studies, or important responsibilities. You can say, in the afternoon, I study, I work in an office, I complete my tasks, or I attend classes. For example, in the afternoon, I usually focus on my studies. I attend classes, complete assignments, and learn new things. After lunch, I take a short break before continuing my work. Again, notice how simple the language is. You do not need advanced words to explain your routine. Now let us move to the evening. Many people use the evening to relax, spend time with family, or work on personal goals. You can say, in the evening, I go for a walk. I spend time with my family. I practice English. I watch videos or read books. A complete answer could be, in the evening, I like to relax and spend time with my family. Sometimes I go for a walk. Sometimes I watch educational videos. I also practice English because I want to improve my speaking skills. Before sleeping, I prepare for the next day. By dividing your routine into these 3 parts, you can speak for much longer without feeling lost. Another important thing to remember is the use of frequency words. These words help make your English sound more natural. Common examples are usually, often, sometimes, always, and every day. For example, you can say, I usually wake up early. I often practice English. I sometimes watch movies. Or, I read something every day. These small words add detail to your answers and make your routine more realistic. You can also talk about things you do not do. This is a useful way to make your speaking longer and more interesting. For example, I do not wake up late. I do not waste too much time on social media. I do not skip my English practice. Or, I do not watch television every day. Talking about both your habits and the things you avoid gives a more complete picture of your life. Now let us put everything together into one strong answer. Imagine someone asks, can you tell me about your daily life? You can answer like this. Yes, of course. My daily life is simple, but I try to stay productive. I usually wake up early in the morning and start my day with a positive attitude. After breakfast, I focus on my work or studies. In the afternoon, I complete important tasks and try to learn something new. In the evening, I spend time with my family and practice English. At night, I relax, plan for the next day, and go to sleep. I believe that small daily habits can help me improve and achieve my goals. This answer sounds confident because it is organized and realistic. You can easily change the details to match your own life. If you are a student, talk about your studies. If you work, talk about your job. If you create content, talk about your creative activities. The most important thing is to make it personal and truthful. Many learners make the mistake of memorizing long paragraphs that do not match their real lives. Then, when they forget one sentence, they become nervous. Instead of memorizing, learn simple patterns and use your own experiences. Your life already contains enough material for English practice. Every morning, every habit, every routine, and every goal can become part of your conversation. Practice speaking about your daily life in front of a mirror. Ask yourself questions and answer them aloud. Describe your day from beginning to end. At first, your answers may be short, but with practice they will become longer and smoother. Over time, you will notice that you no longer need to translate every sentence in your head. The words will come more naturally because you are talking about something familiar. Remember this important lesson. Real English is not about using the most difficult vocabulary. Real English is about expressing real ideas clearly. When you can talk comfortably about your daily life, you gain the confidence to start conversations, continue discussions, and connect with people more naturally. Every sentence you speak is another step toward fluency. Every time you describe your routine, you strengthen your speaking ability. So do not underestimate the power of simple daily life English. The conversations that seem small today can become the foundation of your confidence tomorrow. And the more you practice talking about your real life, the more natural and fluent your English will become. When you talk about yourself in English, one of the best ways to make your conversation interesting is by talking about your hobbies, likes, and interests. Think about it. If you only tell people your name, where you are from, and what you do, the conversation may end very quickly. But when you talk about the things you enjoy, people learn more about your personality. They understand what makes you happy, what motivates you, and what you enjoy doing in your free time. This is why hobbies and interests are such an important part of self-introduction and everyday conversations. Many learners know how to answer simple questions, but when someone asks, "What are your hobbies?" they often give very short answers like reading, music, or football. While those answers are correct, they do not help the conversation grow. The secret is not just naming your hobby. The secret is explaining it. When you explain why you like something and how often you do it, your English becomes more natural and engaging. Let us start with the simplest pattern. You can say, "I like reading books." This sentence is easy and useful. The pattern is "I like," followed by an activity. For example, "I like reading." "I like writing." "I like cooking." "I like traveling." "I like learning English." "I like watching movies." Or "I like listening to music." These simple structures can help you talk about many different interests. Once you are comfortable with that pattern, you can make your answer stronger by adding a reason. For example, instead of saying, "I like reading books," you can say, "I like reading books because they give me new ideas and help me learn." Instead of saying, "I like listening to music," you can say, "I like listening to music because it helps me relax after a busy day." The moment you add a reason, your answer becomes more meaningful. People are not only hearing what you like, they are understanding why you like it. This creates a stronger connection in conversation. Another useful thing you can do is explain how often you enjoy your hobby. For example, "I like reading books because they help me learn new things. I try to read every day." Or, "I enjoy playing football because it keeps me active and healthy. I play with my friends on weekends." Notice how these answers have three simple parts. First, you mention the hobby. Second, you explain why you enjoy it. Third, you explain how often you do it. This simple structure can help you speak longer and more confidently. Let us look at more examples. You can say, "My hobby is learning English. I enjoy it because it helps me communicate with people from different countries. I practice every day by listening, reading, and speaking." Or, "My hobby is making videos. I enjoy creating content because I can share useful ideas with others. I try to improve my skills every week." These answers sound complete because they tell a story instead of giving only one word. You can also talk about your favorite things. This is another common topic in conversations. Someone may ask, "What is your favorite food? What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite subject? Or, what is your favorite place?" You can answer these questions in a simple way. For example, "My favorite food is pizza because I enjoy its taste. My favorite subject is English because it helps me communicate with more people. My favorite place is the park because it is peaceful and relaxing." Again, notice that adding a reason makes your answer stronger. A simple answer becomes a complete answer. Let us imagine someone asks, Tell me about your hobbies and interests. A good response could be, my hobbies are reading books, listening to music, and learning English. I like reading because it gives me knowledge and new ideas. I enjoy listening to music because it helps me relax and feel positive. I am also interested in learning English because I want to speak confidently and communicate with people around the world. In my free time, I try to practice English and learn something useful every day. This answer sounds natural because it includes details and personal feelings. Another way to improve your speaking is by using different expressions instead of repeating "I like" all the time. For example, you can say, I enjoy reading. I love watching educational videos. I am interested in personal development. I spend my free time learning new skills. Or, I am passionate about improving myself. These expressions make your English sound more varied and interesting. However, do not worry about using advanced phrases immediately. Start with simple language and slowly expand your vocabulary over time. Confidence grows step by step. One important thing many learners forget is that speaking is not only about words, it is also about energy and emotion. When you talk about something you genuinely enjoy, let that excitement appear in your voice. Imagine someone asks you about your favorite hobby. If you answer with energy and enthusiasm, your English immediately sounds more natural. For example, saying, I really enjoy learning English because it helps me grow and become more confident, sounds much stronger than speaking in a flat and uninterested way. Your voice can make even simple sentences sound powerful. Remember that your hobbies do not need to be impressive. Some learners think they need unusual or exciting hobbies to sound interesting. That is not true. If you enjoy walking, say that. If you enjoy cooking, say that. If you enjoy reading, watching movies, exercising, or spending time with family, talk about those activities. Authenticity is more important than trying to impress people. The purpose of speaking English is not to create a perfect image. The purpose is to express yourself honestly and clearly. That is what real communication is all about. You can practice talking about your hobbies every day. Stand in front of a mirror and answer questions such as, what do I enjoy doing? Why do I enjoy it? And how often do I do it? The more you answer these questions, the more comfortable you will become. Over time, you will notice that your answers become longer and smoother without memorization. You will start expressing your thoughts naturally because you are speaking about things that matter to you. Remember this important truth. When you talk about what you love, English becomes more personal, more enjoyable, and more meaningful. Your hobbies, interests, and favorite activities are not just topics for conversation. They are opportunities to build confidence, practice speaking, and share your personality with the world. Every time you speak about something you enjoy, you strengthen your ability to communicate, and every time you communicate with confidence, you move one step closer to becoming a fluent English speaker. When you talk about yourself in English, people will often ask about your family, your studies, your work, your goals, and your dreams. These topics are very common in real-life conversations, interviews, classrooms, workplaces, and even casual meetings. Many learners become nervous when these questions appear because they think they need long and complicated answers. But the truth is very simple. You do not need difficult English to talk about these topics. You only need clear ideas, simple sentences, and confidence. Let us start with family because family is one of the most important parts of life. When someone asks, "Can you tell me about your family?" you can answer in a simple and natural way. You can say, "I have a small family," or "I have a big family." Then you can add a few details. For example, there are 4 people in my family: my father, my mother, my brother, and me. My family is very supportive, and I enjoy spending time with them. This answer is simple, but it gives enough information. You can also say, "My family is very important to me. because they encourage me and help me achieve my goals. When you add feelings and reasons, your answer becomes stronger and more personal. Family is not only about describing people, it is also about sharing the role they play in your life. For example, you can say, "My parents always motivate me to work hard," or "My family supports me when I face challenges." These simple statements show appreciation and help people understand your values. Now, let us move to studies. If you are a student, this is a very common topic. Someone may ask, "What are you studying?" Or, "What do you want to learn?" You can answer, "I am a student, and I am studying English." Or, "I am studying business because I want to understand how companies work." The easiest pattern is, "I am studying blank because blank." For example, "I am studying English because I want to communicate confidently." "I am studying computer science because I enjoy technology." "I am studying business because I want to start my own company in the future." This structure is simple, but it clearly explains your purpose. People are often interested not only in what you study, but also in why you study it. That is why adding a reason is so powerful. You can say, "My favorite subject is English because it helps me communicate with more people." Or, "I enjoy learning new skills because I believe education can create better opportunities." These sentences show motivation and make your answers more meaningful. If you work instead of study, you can talk about your job in a similar way. Someone may ask, "What do you do?" Or, "Where do you work?" You can answer, "I work in a company." "I work as a teacher." "I work in sales." Or, "I run a small business." Then add a little more information. For example, "I work in a company where I learn new skills and gain valuable experience." Or, "I run a small business and enjoy helping customers." If you create content online, you can say, "I create educational videos because I enjoy sharing useful information with others." Remember, you do not need a long explanation. Just explain what you do and why it matters to you. This makes your answer complete and natural. One common mistake learners make is stopping after one sentence. For example, they say, "I am a student," and then become silent. A stronger answer would be, "I am a student. I am working hard to improve my English and develop my skills because I want better opportunities in the future." Notice how the second answer sounds more confident and interesting. The same idea applies to work. Instead of saying, "I work in an office," you can say, "I work in an office where I learn responsibility, communication, and time management skills." These extra details help your conversation flow naturally. Now let us talk about goals and dreams, because this is where your personality truly shines. Your goals tell people what you are working toward. Your dreams show the future you want to create. When someone asks, "What is your goal?" you can answer, "My goal is to improve my English." That is a good start, but you can make it even stronger by adding a reason. For example, "My goal is to improve my English because I want to communicate confidently and create better opportunities for myself." This simple addition makes your answer much more meaningful. The same pattern works for many goals. You can say, "My goal is to become more confident because confidence helps me grow in life." Or, "My goal is to build new skills because I want a successful future." Whenever you talk about a goal, explain why it matters to you. This creates a deeper and more memorable answer. Dreams are similar, but they are usually bigger and more personal. You can say, "My dream is to speak English fluently." "My dream is to travel the world." "My dream is to start my own business." "My dream is to help my family and create a better future." Dreams show ambition, and people often enjoy hearing about them because they reveal what inspires you. You can also connect your dream to your current efforts. For example, "My dream is to speak English fluently, and that is why I practice every day." Or, "My dream is to become successful, so I work hard and keep learning new things." This connection between your dream and your daily actions makes your answer powerful. Another important topic is your English journey. Many people may ask, why are you learning English? This is a perfect opportunity to share your experience. You can say, I started learning English because I wanted to improve my communication skills. Then explain your journey. For example, in the beginning, I felt nervous when speaking English. I understood some words, but I was afraid of making mistakes. However, I decided to practice every day. Now I listen to English videos, read simple texts, and speak whenever I can. My goal is to become fluent and confident. This answer is powerful because it tells a story. It explains where you started, what challenges you faced, what you are doing now, and where you want to go. Stories are memorable because they show growth. One of the most important lessons you can learn is to speak positively about your progress. Instead of saying, my English is very bad, say, my English is improving. Instead of saying, I cannot speak English, say, I am learning to speak English. Instead of focusing on weaknesses, focus on growth. The way you talk about yourself influences the way you feel about yourself. Positive language builds confidence, and confidence helps you continue learning. Now let us bring everything together into one complete introduction. Imagine introducing yourself like this. Hi, my name is Emily. I am from New York. I have a small and supportive family. I am a student, and I am learning English because I want to communicate confidently. In my free time, I enjoy reading books, listening to music, and learning new skills. My goal is to improve myself every day, and my dream is to speak English fluently and create a better future. I know I still make mistakes, but I practice regularly and continue improving. This introduction includes your name, background, family, studies, hobbies, goals, dreams, and English journey. It is simple, natural, and confident. Remember this final message. You do not need perfect English to talk about yourself. You do not need perfect grammar, a perfect accent, or a perfect vocabulary. What you need is the courage to start speaking, the patience to keep practicing, and the confidence to continue even when you make mistakes. Every conversation is practice. Every sentence is progress. Every mistake is a lesson. The more you speak, the stronger your English becomes. The more you practice, the more confident you become. And the more confident you become, the closer you move toward the fluent English speaker you want to be.